We had him on day one, we had him on day two, and on day three as well. Mr. Shastri will be joining us. Mr. Shastri, thank you again for your time. An absolute delight each time you come on screen and give us that perspective of yours. But first things first, if I have to ask you a pretty straightforward question at this point in time. You did mention yesterday that you don't want to see your boys after tea, and exactly what happened.
Well, it happened, but we allowed them to play a few extra overs even after tea. We had them at 62 for 5 and we had them on the mat, but we could not seize the opportunity. We could have easily been on the driver's seat at the moment. So I had to talk with Virat and the boys that how can we tackle the situation better in the second innings. I think we want to wipe off the deficit as quickly as possible. At this stage, I think England should be ahead, but I think we can come back very strongly on day 3.
Oh yes, that's the plan. It's looking good at the moment with Rohit and Rahul stitching a very good partnership, an unbeaten one for the opening partnership. But one question, we've had a problem in the past and it seems to be plaguing India over a period of time. Polishing off the tail, wiping the tail off. Once again, we conceded a lot of runs towards the end.
Yes, it happened again, but I think you have to give credit to Sportzworkz as well. That was a terrific innings and I think he's hurting us both with the bat and the ball. He did that with the ball and now he has done that with the bat as well. So I think we have to give credit to him. But yes, this is one of the areas that we have to improve if we have to become a champion team. And I think we'll discuss that even after the test match.
Mr. Shastri, only 2 days into the test match and it looks like this game has been on, this match has been on forever. There's so much that's happened. Every day has been an event, every ball has been an event over here. How would you like to describe India's chances going into the next 3 days?
I think it depends upon how well we bat. I think day 3 is going to be very important. I think the openers have given India a good start, and now it's important for them, to post a reasonable total. I think partnerships is going to be key for this Indian innings at the moment here. I think we've seen how one good partnership can change the complexion of the game, and I think if we can stitch partnerships, I think, and can post a reasonable total, I think then put England under pressure. But I think for that to happen, I think we have to bat the entire day 3 and possibly sometime on day 4 as well, and so that Jadeja can come into play on day 5 for us.
Would I be asking a too sensitive question if I add saying that our Ashwin would have come in handy on day 5 towards the end of day 4?
Well, we have to wait and watch. I think if the match ends on day 4, I think then probably will not miss Ashwin too much. But I think, yes, if it goes till day 5, and I think if the pitch turns, like I said yesterday, I think we have to accept the fact that we take decisions. Some decisions might go well, some might not. But I think we have to move on and look forward.
A word on Umesh Yadav. He's made a very fine comeback, bowled with a lot of fire, and has been very hostile as well. You must be impressed with his fitness as well.
Yes, I think he has been playing after a long time, and I think he's done well. And so I think we talked about that four fast bowling combination. I think Shardul, if he can contribute with the ball in the second innings, I think we are fine with that. But I think at this stage, it's important for us to post a reasonable total. I think Umesh, has done well. I think I'm hoping that he continues in that in the second innings as well.
Yeah, just looking at the conditions towards the end of day 2 when India came out to bat, did it give you an impression that the pitch has eased off, the conditions are looking better for batting now?
Well, I think we have to take every session, with equal importance. I think when Shardul was batting on day 1, and I think it was looking at batting was easy, wasn't it? So I think we can't be complacent. I think we have to be focused for all the sessions that is remaining in this test match, because we have seen the test match can change very quickly. I think one good session and one bad session, can decide the fate of this game. So I think we have to ensure that we are focused on all the sessions. We do not give England the edge because we are behind. I think that the first focus will be to wipe out this deficit and then look for a reasonable total. I think so. I think we have to be very focused on our job. The batsmen know what they need to do. I think I will send a message to the batsmen that do not throw your wickets. Make them work hard to get your wickets. And if you get a pitch of a delivery, a great one, it's fine. But I think I do not want to see to come back in the dressing room by just throwing your wickets.
One final question before we let you go. It's been quite a talk on social media as well about the pitch invader, the pitch intruder, Jarvo 69. This is the third time he's actually breaching security and running onto the ground. In fact, yesterday he even collided with Johnny Bairstow. something that's a concern and the ICC needs to look into it?
Yes, I think it's a matter of concern, but I think we do not have anything under our control. It's a matter that the ICC needs to look into it. But I think as long as it is creating distraction only for the English players, I'm fine with it. I think he is acting as a 12th player for us, so it's fine. But you're right. I think these are the things that the security team needs to look into it with more seriousness.
Mr. Shastri, and finally, looking at the way things have panned out on the final session of day 2, would it be fair to say it's advantage India going into day 3?
Well, I will not say that. I think I still feel that England are still ahead. I think they're 56 runs ahead. So that means we have to wipe up that deficit as quickly as possible. Now, if you can wipe up that deficit and then post a reasonable lead, then England will start feeling the pressure. I think at this stage, I still feel England are ahead. But this team has shown the character to come back from behind in the past. So I do not see any reason we cannot do that again. I think I'm very much hopeful that we can put up a good show on day 3 and day 4 and win this test match.
Well, Mr. Shastri, firstly, thank you so much for your inputs and insights as always. Wonderful getting that from you. And yes, as you mentioned, India has made comebacks in the past and this is a good opportunity. But of course, it's the deficit of 56 runs that'll be playing on the mind. And once they overhaul that, that's when the pressure will start mounting on England. Mr. Shastri, hope to see you soon on day 4 as well.
Thanks a lot. And I will be joining you again tomorrow.